So I have my super colorful helicopter. I'm gonna hold it up high. Hey everyone, I'm Miss Emily, and today I'm going to show you how to make a paper helicopter. Now, I'm sure most of you have made a paper airplane at some point in your life, but making a paper helicopter is super fun because it truly spins after you create it. And a lot of times I like to try to think of different things that my helicopter could be. Maybe it's a flying fairy or it's a spinning dragon. It's really up to you. To start with this, I just get a regular piece of paper. I have some larger drawing paper, so I could just make mine a little bit bigger, so I did. But you can use a regular 8.5 by 11. I also am going to post a link to a template that you can use if you'd rather just print that off. I just freehanded at this point because I've done it so many times. So if you want to use the template, you can, or you can kind of just look at mine, and if it's relatively close to what I draw, it'll probably work. So I'm gonna show a few images of what you do with the steps, and then I'll jump back in and explain a few things. Okay, so now that we have our template drawn on our paper, for mine I did cutting on the dash line and folding on the solid line. I think most templates do it the other way, but that's what I did for mine. So I'm going to go ahead and cut on my dotted line here. And when I get to that point right there, I'm gonna stop. So I'm gonna use my scissors and just very carefully cut along this line. This top part's really important. It's what's gonna make our helicopter actually spin. Okay, so now I have what I call my 2 bunny ears, okay? And with these ears, I am going to fold each of them, but I'm not gonna fold them in the same direction. So I'm gonna take lay my paper down and take my first bunny ear, and I'm gonna pull it down until I can't really pull it anymore, and kind of then gently press and crease. So there, that's what it looks like so far on this side. And so now I'm gonna take my paper and flip it over and take my other bunny ear and fold it towards me. So if I were to, kind of pressing it down and creasing it, if I were to hold this up right now, it should make a pretty straight line. And my ears have been folded in opposite directions, okay? So now just to make it a little simpler, I'm just gonna kind of lift this up a bit, and I'm gonna cut on both of these lines, not all the way across because I don't have a line there. I'm just gonna cut here and here, okay? All right, so now that I've made both of these little flaps on the bottom section of my helicopter, I am going to fold them in on those lines to make the letter T on the bottom, okay? So I'm just gonna take my first end here and fold it and just kind of crease it on down. So it should look like this so far, and then I'm gonna take my other end and fold it over. Now, you might wanna kind of rush when you're folding, but it's always nice to make sure everything's lined up and that you just make some really nice creases, because it'll fly a lot better if you take your time on these steps than if you rush. Okay, so now I want this to stay like all together in one piece. So I need something sticky for that to work. So I'm just gonna use a little piece of tape. I have this really fun kind of aquamarine colored tape. You can use whatever you have at home. You can use regular Scotch tape, just anything. You can even use a stapler if you have a stapler to just keep it shut. Anything. All right, so there, I have my little piece of tape on there, and now this will twirl if I drop it. But the fun part is decorating this and thinking of how you want it to look. I think for mine today, I'm going to do some fun polka dots, and I'll show you a picture next. Okay, so I went ahead and colored both sides of my helicopter. Since it's something that spins and I have the time, I thought I might as well decorate the whole entire thing so that when it's twirling and spinning, it'll just look super cool. So now that I'm finished, I'm gonna do a quick demonstration. I am probably gonna stand on a chair just so I'm higher up so it spins more as it drops down. So I'll go ahead and do that in just a second. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do a test flight with my helicopter. I'm gonna stand on this chair back over here so everyone can see. And when you do this, make sure you have a grown-up nearby. If you are standing on something higher, or if you have a better place in your house to do this, maybe there's just a high place that you can kind of drop it over, that'd be great. Just make sure you have a grown-up with you. So I have my super colorful helicopter. I'm gonna hold it up high. So much fun to watch it spin. I think I'll do it one more time, but you can drop them all at the same time if you have siblings and race. And also I wanted to show you, if you want to do a fairy or something else, you can edit the template. I edited mine to add like a little head shape and some fairy wings, but I've seen these turned into so many different things over the years. Superheroes, dragons, lots of different things. So have fun with this, use some creativity, and I hope you have a wonderful day today and use it to make something super special. We'd love to see videos, comments of you doing this awesome project. Have a great day, guys.